Kevin because the Savage Land Funko Thundercats are at GameStop.
Hello? Who's this? Who's speaking?
Kevin, this is SaNMan. Do you hear me? Savage Land Thundercats.
Oh crap, I'm going right now.
Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way. Move. Get out the way. Get out.
Alright, so we have quite a bit of clearance here. See some pretty cool stuff. Half off on the clearance aisle. Some Star Wars. We got a lot of the Broken Kingdom. Some Walking Dead, some board games. Coming over here to all these unique action figures. They have some really cool stuff. Some new multiverse. Look at that mug, Game Boy. This $70 Stranger Things Ghostbusters. What I want. I need to save. And boom. What do we have here on the shelves? My Funko Thundercats Savage Land figures. I give a shout out to my buddy SaNMan Pr Vlogs for letting me know. So make sure to go hit him up. Look how incredible these guys are. They're so nice. Look at that. We have the newer DuckTales also, little figures. I'm definitely going to have to pick these up today. No doubt they have all four in the wave, so definitely mine. Let's go ahead and just take a little scan real quick. Anything else I want? I don't really see too much new on the pop wave, so let's go ahead and head home.
Alrighty folks, so out of work and I decided to come over to my local GameStop and take a look and see what's going on there, see if there's any new clearance, see what the update is on my friggin' Funko Savage Land Thundercats. I've been waiting a couple months. Well, boom! Here they are. Landed them all. So excited. Got the whole first wave. So, got them all. So I'm going to go ahead and head home, and we'll open these bad boys up, and let's do a little comparison. See you at home.
Alright, so made it home. I have my package here, or my pickups, and I want to go ahead and share them with you. I'm super excited for these. I've been waiting forever. I feel like for 2 months now they've been changing the release dates, and I've kept bothering these poor guys at GameStop and checking out, stalking the GameStop website, watching the dates keep changing on it. And finally they got them in. Here's all four packaged, and they look incredible. I'm not gonna lie. I think these probably would be mostly for our vintage collectors because they're new toys, but they pay homage to the old 5.5 He-Man style Motu. And also Thundercats itself is a vintage from the vintage times, so really dig it. Super stoked that I finally got these. Wave 2 looks just as good. I'm excited for Wave 2. Definitely going to pick them up. The Funkos really, I think they hit the ball out of the park with this idea, making these Savage Land figures. You know, I mean, I know that Pops are around and they're here to stay and they're very famous. But for Funko to expand what they do is just incredible. They're luring us all in. Vintage and modern alike. So here's our Lion-O, and he looks amazing. He's squatty. He's the 5.5, you know, but I mean they did such a good job on him. I mean his face, the hair sculpt, the belt, his weapons are incredible. The only thing, the hands are super tight, so it's a little bit of struggle to get them to hold their stuff, but it makes you feel good too that they hold them sturdy. So you kind of got to get that thumb out just a hair more. You got to stretch it out just a little and pop that baby in, and then he holds it really tight. You don't have to worry about it falling out. So, and they stand well. That's one good thing about these big bulky figures. Here's his glove, which is a really cool accessory for Lion-O always. So we'll pop that right in, and I'm just super stoked. I meant to open him last, open the rest, but he's such an amazing character, I couldn't wait. So let's go ahead and do a comparison up against his vintage counterpart. This is Lion-O from the 80s, LJN, and he just looks incredible. Look how well they did. The paint and everything on the new one's really popping, but they did a good job getting it like close to the next. Here's the whole waves, the wave 1 and 2, 4 figures in 2. Super excited. Tigra, I mean, it's gonna be good. Very cool. So this is Slither, and one of my favorite villains in the show for sure. He's hilarious. The vintage show, they did a real good job writing his parts in, but I think the figure looks great. Here's his axe. It comes with a really cool axe. But he stands well, especially with the tail. I mean, this one stands well. It's a tripod there. So we struggle again to get this hand wide enough to hold a big weapon, but once you get it in, it's perfect. And it's like, you know, a lifetime hold. You don't have to worry about it falling out. There we go. Okay, popped it in. I probably should have edited that out, but I didn't. Oh well. And look at him. He stands so well. He looks really good. Sculpted detail. Look at the paint on the spots on the shoulders. I mean, little details like that really make an action figure. I love his head outfit he's wearing. I think they did a good job. Here's his counterpart. Here's our comparison. He actually looks shorter in the old one, and he's more hunchback, but they still, like, the eyes on the new one hits it out of the ballpark. You know, you can still tell it's Slither. It's a drastic change, but at the same time, it's really good looking. Old Slither is great too, though, I'm not gonna lie. This one was pretty close to decide who you like the most. I still have to go with my vintage, but they did a good job. Oh, next up, okay, it's gonna be Panther. And I don't have a Panther right now. I have one, but it's loose, no accessories, and it's boxed up, and I couldn't find it. I tried to find it this morning so I could do him also as a comparison. Didn't happen. And in my opinion, since I haven't seen my Panther in a while, I think this one may be closer to matching the old one. But unfortunately, I apologize, I can't match him up right now. But here he is opened up, and he looks amazing. I love the spikes on his belt. The belt that he comes with around his waist looks great with the Thundercats logo. He stands well. The face sculpt is really nice. Here's his weapon, the nunchucks he has. He has similar nunchucks. Also, the vintage counterpart. You can see the detail, really nice. And it's soft, it bends really well, so really makes for a dynamic weapon piece to display with. Here he is, standing on it next to the rest of the guys. And I'm just going to say it, you know, this is my favorite Savage Lands wave so far. They've come out with a few, Mortal Kombat, the horror ones. This one's my favorite so far. There's a Conan coming out. There's DC, but I think this one may be my favorite. But because Thundercats is one of my favorites, so let's go ahead and open up Mumra Save Last. It's one of my favorite villains of all toy lines. And look at him, he looks incredible. Look at the cape. The little pieces of cloth flying off his head, the crown he wears, the tunic he has on, a tunic. I wouldn't wear a tunic. Paint, the logo on his chest, just all so good looking. Here's his weapon. It's a two-sided weapon, two-sided sworded weapon. Looks great. I love the gold handle, the detail on it. So let's go ahead and get him set up here. We're gonna stretch out that thumb just a little bit. And it'll pop right on. There we go. It's a close call between Lion-O and Mumra, to which is my favorite of this wave. I really have a hard time picking. So let's go ahead and do a comparison with his vintage counterpart, and still one of my favorite vintage toys. I do not have his weapons yet, the vintage one, but you can tell, like, from all these, you can tell the differences, but you can see how tastefully they did the changes on it. I mean, it's very identifiable still, you know, without having to see him with the vintage. You can tell who he was. Very nice. So this is going to be the haul, guys. I hope you enjoyed these. I can't wait to keep collecting them. This is the Tattooed Toy Hunter. Look at all those beautiful weapons and details. Pew, 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 pew. Peace out, guys.
Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Get out the way.